you divorce your wife just because she cheated on you, and why?
To address the issue, it's too complex an issue to give a simple yes or no answer. If we are going to do it hypothetically, then let's be as hypothetical as possible. Is it after 10 years of marriage, 5 years of marriage? Is it the night after your wedding? There are so many things to consider.
It matters. Matter?
It matters. The level of connection you think you might have had with her.
So if it's a year old you?
If it's a year, I don't know.
If it's 5 years old you?
It's still early. You could
20 years
old.
You could
think it over 20 years, dude. 20 years.
You gonna divorce her?
I don't think when you in my limited knowledge of marriage, when you pass the 20-25 years mark, some of these things do not really become to me a big deal. Who she's like you have so much history together.
So the question is throwing it
all away, when it's quite early, when we believe that.
So a year you divorce her.
A year, yes, it can be considered.
Divorce can be considered.
Yeah, highly considered. A year after marriage, dude. Highly considered. Well, I mean, obvious. Like this, we are not talking about suspicion. We are not talking about rumors. We are not talking about. We are talking about without a shred of doubt.
Yeah, I mean, evidence. Let's say you caught her
stuck naked. Yeah,
pant down,
exactly. Dude, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Well,
definitely.
As you said, it's quite it's a big decision to make. I mean, knowing that you've walked down the aisle with someone, you've professed love to the person, you've made commitments to each other, exchange a holy vow. I mean, for better and for worse. So
for better.
Yeah, so no, worse to his part. So to divorce your wife because she cheated, I believe you would have to probably consider certain factors. As you said, probably years could be one, but in my list of considering these factors, maybe that will come maybe in the middle or somewhere in the down below, because the first thing I'm going to consider is one, what was the reason, okay, and two, was it something she willingly did, or it was something?
How do you test? How do you?
No, I mean, these are questions that you have to sit your wife down, your woman down, and talk about it.
How do you gauge it?
At that moment, you don't expect her to lie. I mean, you can't catch a thief and you've already been caught. I mean, really? Lying will only make your case worse.
I'm not the one that did it. I didn't eat the food. It's not me.
Well, looking at, there are a lot of things. I mean, I could read your body language. I think at that moment, normally your intuition, okay, becomes very, very sensitive. I mean, you can easily detect if this person is lying or not. There are a whole lot of things that you would have to consider. I mean, it could be one. Is it only once? Is it something that has been happening for a while?
So this is where the building comes in. That's the point I think you were going to make, in the sense that so many things would make you reach that decision.
Yeah, so many things.
If you've been suspecting before that time, if there have been tell signs, if all those signs are not there and it comes as a shock to you, then the question is, was she willing? And then I'll ask you, how would you know if you were not seeing those signs because you were in love?
And also, let's not forget, even the person in question whom she cheated with also plays a role.
Your boss.
Because there's nothing painful like cheating with your friend or something. That would be the height of it, you know. So I think it's bit and piece of a lot of things you may have to consider. It's not a decision you just take one.
But we're in a society that believes that men cheating is normal and women cheating is an abomination.
Yeah, that is true.
and for that reason, this is not me being personal, this is me being general, being realistic with respect to our society. For that reason, it is more tolerable. I'm not saying it is right, it's more tolerable when a man cheats than when a woman cheats. And for that reason, we look at a lot of marriages, even in the media and all, and then when the man cheats, you know, people even rather bash the wife, forgetting that the man is the one who's, you know, the man is the one who's at fault. You get people saying you are not prayerful enough, you know, you are not, you know, cozy, you were not welcoming, you were giving him headache, and that was why, you know, he cheated. And when a woman cheats, everybody's like, bro, kill her, like shoot the, you know, bury her, throw stones at her. I think that's something we should also consider.
It's true. What you are saying is true, and I think largely society have made it that way. And though I share the opinion that every cheating is cheating.
Yeah, true.
Whether the man cheated or the woman cheated is cheating. But then it looks like there are a lot of things. Let's say even if you when you are in the house and you want to pound food, you realize that normally the one that is mostly borrowed is the pistol. People hardly borrow mortar, so dude, so
he just justified cheating right here.
No, hold on.
He just justified it.
DJ,
straight out.
DJ, hold on. I'm not justifying cheating. I'm just trying to tell you that these are some of the things that kind of makes the
like
men
it's okay for a key to open a lot of padlocks. I mean, it makes the key a master key.
Exactly.
But the moment a padlock can be opened by a lot of keys, a useless padlock. That's what you're saying.
You put the nail right on the head. The hammer. Yeah, so it's though it's not something that we will encourage, but then that is how it is. Even in the church, I mean, if the man cheats, say, okay, come on, it rains everywhere. Of course, it rains everywhere, but sometimes it may rain in Accra and Kumasi. It's not raining, so sometimes you have to also know how you're gonna handle this. But then ultimately, you have to think it through, discuss with the person in question, whether your wife or your husband. And I mean, weigh the options. I mean, divorce is the last thing every married couple want to go through or do. Yeah, but then it's quite unbearable when it's coming from the woman. That is a fact. It can be argued about.
Divorce, the cheating is unbearable when it's from any of the partners.